let me buy Sandra Bland. Listen, boy, you're challenging with the running man. I was challenging with a hand. What you see before you, what they told you from nothing, man. Pray and hustle over everything. And hit the king like an 18-wheeler in and out of air lane. Never been a part of the in crowd. Got a problem with me, I said, y'all got the same friend that I came in with, ducking all that lane. Hey, everyone knows on go. I rolled in the 4x4. Believe if a cat gon' go see me with, ain't gon' see them no more. They love when I talk that. Roll by the car lot, went bought it. Call case with the case and a phone. They will watch you give it. Yeah. I live that they rapping back, catching them back what they capping back. Ain't roll mama, we know it did. We cashing out, we bagging that. Stacking up, there's zero. Certified neighborhood hero. You can try one of them. Better not try with me.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL takes us to the Valley of the Sun at State Farm Stadium here in Glendale. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Chicago Bears and the Arizona Cardinals. Two teams trying to stake their claim to postseason football. Week 14 of the NFL is underway.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
Now it's Hunt. And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
Now a handoff, running off, tackle right. Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Let's go. Come on. Run. Run to the ball. We got a runner. Oh, got him. Got him.
A tough spot here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 7.
Detroit! Now let's go!
Allen. And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack. Well, these sacks are really piling up. Last week, it was a half-dozen sacks. And here's one on the opening drive.
And it has the potential to be what we call a gap, a game-altering play. Because, let's face it, you just mentioned 6 sacks last week. Now, if you're an offense and you saw that on tape, you've got to think to yourself, maybe I bring people in, keep them in, and try and protect my quarterback. It didn't work on that play.
Now a play fake here on first down. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
Didn't have the greatest field position to start, did they? And now after this sack, it's way, way worse.
And right off the bat, first play of the game. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And his pass incomplete. Well, too much oomph, too much mustard there on that pass.
They really turned it loose, didn't they? Really cut loose with that one. Sharp, strong. Didn't lead to a completion, though. Made it very difficult.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
Lucky 56. Lucky 56. Gone, gone. Gone, gone. Dash, dash, dash. Go, go, go now. Detroit, Detroit. Hot, hot.
They'll look to throw here. Hill shedding the tackle. He is going to find Hill here. And all the way to the opposite 45. A big play there for the Bears on third. 46 yards. So the big play moves them all the way across midfield. It's 1st and 10 from the 45. They'll run for the first time with Johnson. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, it's nothing but room to run.
On 2nd down, Johnson. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down. So 2 plays with only negative yardage to show, and now it's 3rd and 16.
Hey, 4 down, 4 down. Gone, 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 gone. Hot, hot.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Steps away to his left. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. Pretty good job escaping the pressure. Gets him 15 yards on the scramble, but now it's 4th down.
Man, defensively, that hurts. They got him out of his rhythm. They had him hemmed in, but somehow he was able to tuck it away and get away for a gain.
Would have been right at about a 52-yard field goal try, but no, they are going to go for this thing on 4th down.
Leopard!
Here we go with Johnson. He's got a first down and much more inside the 20. And down to the 7-yard line. Wow, 1st and goal, and defensively all they can do is shake their heads. Not only did they allow the conversion, but a big play as well. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit them, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal.
4 down, check, 4 down.
On the ground, this is Jalen Richard. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. They give him 5 that time as they draw a bit closer here for a 2nd and goal. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal.
Watch him now, Barney, Barney. Back 99 Philly, here we go.
They'll give it to him up the middle. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Chicago. A great effort there with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Bears have taken the early lead. Extra point put through by Boswell. And that makes the score 7-0. Boswell on now to kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And the Cardinals getting set to trot out there now. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
Throwing on first down is Allen. He's going to let this one go into a double team, and it's intercepted. Buda Baker with a pick. And the return stops just a little bit shy of midfield at the 48-yard line.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
The Bears in good field position to start out 1st and 10. And they'll start the drive on the ground with Johnson. And he's going to take this one down inside the 45. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2. Getting the sense, Charles, they're going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far, it's working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive. Now on the heels of that run by Johnson, here's another 1st and 10. They'll try a little trickery here on the end around. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, it certainly appears that in this game, someone has decided they're going to open up their playbook. First quarter, and we see that play. I like their style.
Lucky 56.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll go down at the 28. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis back with you as it's Bears football here to begin quarter number 2. They'll face a 3rd down conversion attempt here, 3rd and 3.
Detroit! Detroit!
Tight ends Ringo. Tight ends on the Ringo. Tight ends on the Ringo.
They're going to look to throw. Forced out to his left. He can run for it, and he will. And he's going to get the first down here as he's taken down at the 22. Maybe not exactly what they had in mind, but that scramble good for 6 and a first down.
Detroit!
The first down carry here for Johnson. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Miles Jack there to make the tackle.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Escaping the pressure right. It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's 3rd down.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead, he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir, able to turn that into a positive gain. The Bears on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. He'll drop to throw. Being chased out left. Incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
And when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
So the scoring drive encompasses 9 plays, and the net result, 3 points.
Take your disappointment and put it aside. 9 plays. Yeah, they want to end up in the end zone with a touchdown. I get that. But sometimes those 9-play drives pay dividends later with another 9-play drive that culminates in a touchdown when they wear down a defense.
Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first 2 drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now, and I'm going to take it into the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? Get it to their best player, right? Find a matchup, create it, exploit it, and try and move the football.
All right, here we go. Blue 90.
They'll begin the drive with Hunt. And he will lose yardage on the play. Back at his own 19-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
With the struggles we're seeing up front for the offense today, they've got to think about changing up their play calling. Some screens, some draws, some quick-hitting plays in order to try and supplement the run game. You don't totally abandon it, but you try and give it a little bit of help.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12.
Tight right. Hey, boys, we got 4 down. Hot.
Now Allen throwing on 2nd down. Caught by Nelson left side. And he's able to get up here to the 26. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helped to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
Gun! Check. All right, now, lucky 56.
Allen from the gun on 3rd down. Pressure, and he's taken down. A Bear sack.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback. And now the Bears coming out as they get ready. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. And he is out of bounds right around the 34. First play of the drive going for 14 and a 1st down.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's 2nd down.
Okay, he's not going to get the 1st down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
Gun! Move! You got 4. Gun! Hey, switch gears.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down.
And that's their first sack of this game, but how about last week? 6 sacks, Great coverage downfield, which helped that pass rush. They are really working in sync right now.
The Bears on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be a tough third and 18.
Here we go now. 3-19. 3-19.
They'll set up a throw. And he's going to go down again. Well, they went with the nickel. They throw in an extra defensive back. Coverage was very good.
Yeah, it was exactly as you would expect. A passing down, you bring in the nickel package. Just as you described, the coverage was excellent and allowed one of their linemen to end up getting to the quarterback.
It's taken to the 26. And that negates a pretty decent punt return.
And the goal is to gain a first down on a punt return, which is 10 yards. This was much more than that, but it is going to come back due to the illegal block in the back.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. The All-Pro Von Miller there on the tackle.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
In the middle of the field, he's got Nelson. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
Back 99 Philly, here we go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 2 minutes remain here in the first half. More from the desert after this. Allen now on first down. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
This team is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. He came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
Set! Green 39! Green 39!
Allen again here on 2nd and 10. Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for third down. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him the football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are, you know, make someone miss in the open field.
Allen going to try and throw on third down. And he finds Daniels. Officially a gain of just a yard there, but they do convert on 3rd and inches. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage, so they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. First down, and they're going to throw with Allen. Allen hit. He lost the football. And I think the Bears have recovered. They have.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling. Practice
it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet they are humans out there running around, and we just saw another one.
Opportunistic by the defense.
319! 319!
They pitch it out to Johnson. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. But we know he's an electric runner. Earlier this half, you were wondering how they were going to bottle him up at different levels. That was your suggestion. Some mixed results.
Yeah, certainly, because we have seen him bottled up at times. We've seen him play him very well. We've also seen him pop the cork a few times and get out of there, haven't we?
We have indeed.
Strong right! Gun!
On play action, they'll throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Deion Jones in there to drop him, and it'll be a loss of about 8. The Bears on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 17.
Everyone's got 4 down.
Back to throw here. And that's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left. On 4th down, here's Justin Vogel on to punt it away. Back deep, J.J. Nelson. He only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. Fair catch called for and made right at the 25-yard line. Well, not good at all. Punt of just 24 yards there. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. Final play of the first half, barring a penalty, as they come up on 1st and 10. To begin the drive, here's a handoff to Hunt. And an alley to run. Oh, and now he bowls him over. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. So we reach halftime with the visiting Bears out on top here. As now we send you out to Orlando and hook back up with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Set to resume. Here we go with the second half. The Bears holding the lead and ready to receive the kick. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22. Yard line. So here's the Bears offense now as they get set to start this third quarter. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively.
Now let's go!
And they start the second half with Johnson. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play there, second down. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, and that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
They go to Johnson again. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. A 6-yard pickup on the ground that time, and that'll make it 3rd and 4 coming up.
All right, now look at the 56. Lucky 56. Here we go now. Green 39. Green 39. All right, now, Lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They'll look to throw. Buying time to his left. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
They need to stop to get back into this game, and here's one right to start the third quarter.
Yeah, anytime you go to the lockers with that 2-3 score deficit, you're right. You need that stop, get the football back, and they've done just that.
Series to series, play to play.
But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble.
I know there's no magnet in the ball, but sometimes for the punt returner, after such a scramble, it sort of feels that way, doesn't it? He has it, he loses it, but somehow the ball finds its way back to him.
Atoned for his sin, and you know he's taking a deep sigh of relief right now.
All right, now, Lucky 56.
They'll start with Hunt on the ground, and he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments.
Here we go now. 319. 319.
Allen looks to throw on second down. Oh, look at Thomas wide open. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. 23 yards on the play.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 14. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
Back 99 Philly. Here we go. Gun, gun. Gun, gun. Watch the ship. Watch the ship.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll be about a full yard shy of the 20 at the 19-yard line. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. Now a 10th carry for Johnson. And he'll get across the 20, but only to about the 22-yard line. Up from his linebacker spot, Deion Jones making the play.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
The Bears on third down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This is 3rd and 4.
All right, now, Lucky 56. Lucky 56. Gun, gun. Gun, gun.
He'll look to throw. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
It's always a goal, and it's really nice defensively when you can rally to the football and make sure there's enough contact to force an incompletion.
Force an incompletion and force another punt. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. Taken in at the 11. Great blocking on the return. It springs him for 25. And the Cards will take over 1st and 10. The Cardinals offense now works their way back onto the field. We have not seen much on offense from either side. These last few drives, it has been a struggle, hasn't it?
Totally, and you're thinking to yourself right now, if you're on offense trying to get things figured out, okay, we self-scout every week in our game plan, How many things do we do at certain times? What are our tendencies? Time to go to some of those tendency breakers and try and create some offense.
They always have those in their back pocket, don't they?
You have to. And if you don't keep abreast of what you're doing, you lock into a rhythm and make it easy for the opposition.
Looking for tendency breakers right now. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there.
And while there was no gain on that run, we do know coaches whose identity is rooted in taking it almost to the limit and then changing things up on you down the stretch. I think we're getting really close to that point in time, though, where the identity may have to go out the window, and they've got to go a little bit faster in order to try and win the game.
Gun! Here we go now. Green 39, green 39. Gun!
On second down, here's Allen. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. It'll be a pickup of just 2. And just like that, it's third down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down.
Hey! All right, here we go. Blue 90! Blue 90! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Throwing is Allen on third. He sets to fire deep. And he can't come up with a pick. Nearly his second of the game. Instead, fourth down.
Credit the secondary and credit the defensive game plan. They've been in his hip pocket all game long. They understood coming in that he was a big-time receiver.
He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. Here's the Chicago offense coming back out onto the field. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Leopard! Alert! 3 down. Watch him now, Barney! Watch him now, Barney! Watch out! Motion!
Again, it's Johnson. He finds an opening past the 40. He's at the 40. Past the 20. 10. Touchdown, Chicago. David Johnson hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Bears will extend their lead.
Let's go.
Still plenty of time left in the game, but now starting to pull away a little bit. Get some breathing room with that one.
And I don't want people to think that NFL locker rooms are cookie cutter, that everyone's saying the exact same thing in every situation. But I do know that all 32 teams have an emphasis on starting fast. Game, the second half, no matter what. Well, his first 5 minutes, first 3, whatever. This was a big score to start the second half.
Here's the Arizona offense now as they get set to take over. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
Here's Allen, and he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Maybe a little frustration starting to creep in. The offensive line hasn't done a great job of protecting him in this game, and there he was, hit again as he threw it.
Yeah, another time on his backside, probably starting to get a little frustrated.
Got to keep his composure. Can't let the defense know that they're getting to him.
Set! 319! 319! Gun!
Allen will try again on second down. The connecting here with DJ Shark. That one goes for 24 yards.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice gain.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Back to the air on second down. It's Allen. Throw left side complete. That's Nelson. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. The reception good for 7. It's third down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down.
Hurry up, here we go. Blue 90.
And again, it's Allen. Got his target, Samuel. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. And they're able to convert on third with a solid gain of 23. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Now the Bears electing to call a timeout defensively. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. Now Allen again. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Nelson. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. The completion good for 3, and it's second down.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7.
Detroit! Detroit! Set! Green 39! Green 39!
Allen to throw once more. That was complete. He finds Sharp. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. It's a 10-yard gain there, and it sets him up now 1st and goal.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route. Drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
No. Check. Patriot.
Again, they'll throw with Allen. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. A great play there with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the Cardinals get a bit closer. Extra point splits the uprights, and that'll cut the lead to 17-7. So the lead back down to 10 as things get a little more interesting, and the kick is away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Onto the field now come the Bears. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
They begin the drive with Johnson, and he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Well, Brandon, pace comes into play now because they've got the advantage. They've got the football, but they've got to be very careful about what speed they're going to play. You know, my music teacher back in New Paltz, Mrs. Bythema Bagley, used to say, don't go prestissimo when you really want to go largo. And what she meant by that is don't go too fast when you really want to go at a nice, slow, deliberate pace.
I am speechless. I am without speech. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
No. Check. Patriot.
Now a handoff. Johnson. And he'll take this up over the 40 to about the 41. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Yeah, think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation.
Detroit! Hey, pick it up, defense. Gun!
They'll look to throw here. He is going to find Hill here. It's a gain of 17, and it'll give him a 1st down. Big hook up there, forced to throw it on 3rd down. The connection's going to keep the drive alive and also keep the clock moving.
Yeah, and from a defensive perspective, didn't get a sack, didn't knock the ball free, didn't break up the pass. The clock keeps running on you. You're in a dire situation now.
No. Check. Patriot. Check back 11. Here we go. Let's bring it. Let's go.
Here's Johnson. He's been busy this afternoon. And he's going to be met at about the 43. Adrian Amos up to make the tackle.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down.
4 down. Check. Set. Green 39. Green 39. Motion. Hey, check Mike 11. Gun. Let's go. Check.
Now a whistle, and I think a penalty here for a delay. No, they're going to say timeout. They did get the timeout in time. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this 4th quarter.
Hurry up, here we go. Green 39.
They'll hand it off now. Johnson. And he'll be brought down at about the 42. Rashaan Evans out of Alabama had the tackle defensively.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
The Bears on third down. They've converted a third of their opportunities, 3 for 9. This will be 3rd and 6. He'll look to throw. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And it's incomplete, almost intercepted. He had a great shot at picking that off in the end zone. It brings up 4th down. Here comes the Bears punter now. He's been terrific so far. Oh, it's a wobbler here. And a fair catch called for and made just outside the 15-yard line. Just 21 yards on the punt there. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. So out now come the Cardinals. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were competent enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
It's a gain of 7, and it'll bring up a 2nd down. Now Allen throwing on 2nd down. Caught by Nelson left side. And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Time for a break. We'll come back and see this one out after this. The Cardinals on 3rd down. 2 for 5 to this point. This time it's 3rd and 3.
Now let's go.
Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off at the 40. And they will finally get him, but not until he's all the way down inside the 15-yard line. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December. Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he throws.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
Gone.
Here's a 20th carry for Johnson. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. David Johnson, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Bears use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Extra point now by Boswell. Boswell good with the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Boswell on now to kick this one away. Daniels on the return. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Cardinal offense here ready to take over. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time. But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off near the 42. And a terrific return as he takes this thing all the way down near the 20-yard line.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
Leopard!
That one looks like he'll throw here. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Miles Jack in there to record another sack, their 6th of the afternoon. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. On the toss, here's Johnson. And he'll be taken down just shy of the red zone at the 21. 8 yards here, so that gets him back within striking distance. And now it's third down. The Bears on third down. They're hitting at just 30%, 3 for 10. This is 3rd and 9. They toss it out right to Johnson. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. He went backwards 5 yards there on third down to bring up 4th. And Boswell's kick is good. And that will push this lead up to 20 now. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
Daniels on the return. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
One final shot. They'll look to throw. Sharp's got it left side. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. Well, Charles, it's great to win at home in the NFL. When you win on the road, it's a little extra special, isn't it?
It is, because let's face it, in most cases, you're not expected to go on the road and win in the National Football League. It just doesn't usually compute. So to get out there, get that done, and then head back to your city with one in the victory column, oh, that's a fantastic feeling.
So for Chicago, it's an important win for their playoff hopes as they move to 8-5. And they'll head back home next week to take on the Atlanta Falcons. Meanwhile, for Arizona, it's just their 3rd loss as they fall now to 10-3. And they'll be back home next week as they're set to take on the Carolina Panthers. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.
Money back. Money back. Money back. Make it like a money back. Money back. God, I do the Maybach on Monday, Ferrari Friday. This is sweet Saturday, that's just what I say. I said, babe, he said it's pretty. You look like Beyonce, looking like money back, money back, money back, money back, money back, money back, yeah. Money back, money back, money back, money back, money back, money back. He can tell from the front, I got it behind me, and I park my Bentley truck on my Versace driveway, looking like money back, 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 woo, money back, money back, money back. With me pretty too, they look like bridesmaids, and they all gang, so don't be talking sideways. He said you look